Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my Jinx preview video. She just came out on the PBE and I got a chance to play her and I'm here to give you my impressions on her, and so far, a quick kind of TLDR one, she's pretty OP. So if you're not aware, her skills are quite simple. So her Q has two forms. First one is a machine gun, which gives you more attack speed for each auto attack, maxing at a certain amount. And then her rocket launcher gives her more range, AoE damage with each auto attack, and reduces mana per attack. So her Q, I think, is honestly one of the best skills in the game for an ADC, just because it gives her so much variety, because the attack speed from the machine gun is quite a lot, and you get immense damage from the rocket launcher, and it's just very useful because not only does it give you more range, so you can harass in the lane just that much easier, but it's also AoE damage to each auto attack when it hits the target, so it's good for a team fight and all that good stuff. So it's a very, very good skill. Also, her machine gun is extremely efficient at pushing down turrets since you get that much more attack speed. Then her W is probably her best skill in my opinion, other than her ultimate, because it's a line of fire kind of nuke which hits the first target, whether it's a minion or an enemy, and it's not splash damage unfortunately, but it's pretty fast as you can see right there, and it slows them, and it's pretty good damage as well because the ratio and scaling on it is extremely good. So I usually max this one first actually, and it's amazing to harass in the lane because it gives you that nice slow which pretty much leads it up to a few auto attacks with the machine gun to the rocket launcher, and it's just crazy damage. It's good for kiting, it's good for chasing, and the only bad thing about it is that it's not very good for clearing waves, but you know, you have your Q rocket launcher for that. Then you have her E ability, which is probably her worst one. This pretty much throws down 3 clones of her in a certain spot, which take a couple of seconds to kind of arm before it actually becomes useful. And whenever a champion walks through it, it detonates and it deals kind of damage over time for that champion, and it slows them. So I mean, it's okay, it's pretty good for choke points. The only problem I have is that it takes a little too long to arm up before it actually detonates when someone walks through it. So you have to throw it down a little bit early into a fight if you want to make use of it. Her passive is also extremely good, but it can also be really bad. So just the passive itself is pretty bad, doesn't really offer much, but here's a perfect example. Watch this. The Master Yi comes in, it looks like pretty grim for me right now, it looks like I'm gonna die, but I pop my ulti, blow him up instantly, and my passive procs and I just run away. Her passive is, anytime you attack a turret or a champion, it kind of leaves like an invisible mark on them if you think about it. And if that champion or turret dies while that mark is still there, so within the 3 seconds that you last attacked that structure or champion, you get a huge burst of movement speed for 4 seconds that helps you pretty much either run away, so in that case you saw, I ran away, or to chase down people, so very, very useful. This also leads up to the point that she's very good at split pushing because she can get a turret down really fast and then just run away with her passive. So it's a very interesting passive, and I gotta admit, it definitely has its uses. So one thing I want to mention about her before I move on to the ultimate is that she doesn't have much escape. I mean, she has her E and her W, which slows, I guess, but it's not a whole lot. She has nothing to like kind of flash her out or just jump out of the area other than obviously flash itself. So that's the one bad thing about her, is that she doesn't have the best escape utilities. Now let's move on to her ultimate. Her ultimate is just extremely overpowered, I think. I mean, I don't understand why it's so overpowered. What it is she fires a big ass rocket that just flies across, so it's global, kind of like Ashe's ultimate, except better, I guess. Ashe's ultimate offers CC, while her ultimate just offers flat raw damage, which is extremely useful. Now it does damage based on how far it travels, so a certain distance, and it will reach max damage, so that's pretty important to remember. But the main kind of big daddy of this ultimate is that it works like a Garen ulti, and by that I mean it does damage based on the HP that is missing. I believe I'm rank 3, it's 30 or 35% of the damage missing on top of the base damage, which is already pretty damn strong. So I think her ultimate is just way too strong. You saw earlier in that clip where I blew up the Master Yi. He was low on HP. I just fired it off, point blank range, so minimum damage technically, and it just blew him up instantly. So very solid ultimate, and that's honestly one of her most OP skills as well. To be completely honest, all her skills I think are pretty OP other than her E abilities. So a pretty OP champion in my opinion. In terms of items, I think a Trinity Force would be really good because you can keep switching with your Q ability because it has extremely low cooldown, and I'm pretty sure that will proc the Sheen effect, which should be very useful. And it just gives her a lot because attack speed from the machine gun can work very well with the phage move speed. So that's a pretty good item to build on her, even though I didn't put it in this video. Also, Bloodthirster, PD, IE, Last Whisper, just the standard items, and I'm pretty sure that you want to throw a Trinity Force as the first item and then kind of go between the ones I just mentioned after that. In terms of maxing her abilities, in this video, I maxed her W first because I feel like the base damage is extremely good in lane if you can land it. And then I maxed her Q, and then her E, and then her ultimate obviously whenever you can. So this is what I think right now is the best. I mean, I only played one game, so I'm not really sure, but it's definitely between the Q or the W to max first, and then the other one to max second. So all in all, in conclusion, this champion is just OP. She's really fun to play because her quotes are really fun. She always like laughs very evil and all that cool stuff. So really cool champion. And here in the game, I was playing PvE, and the PvE servers just randomly shut down as I was playing, but luckily I got enough footage. But yeah, so pretty OP champion, so I highly recommend picking her up once she comes out. Very, very strong, and I do feel like she'll be extremely dominant, and I won't be surprised if they give a little nerf before she actually comes out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.